Welcome to the Essential Ingredient in Korean. This is our final video of our pastry series. I'll be showing you how to make Sable pastry, which will be turning into a beautiful Latin American shortbread biscuit, which is filled with a Dulce de Leche, a Spanish caramel. Okay, we're going to start by creaming the butter and sugar. So pop that in our bowl. I'm just going to scrape down the sides of the bowl, and then I'm going to add my egg yolk and we're going to mix that through. I'm just going to mix that through on low. Now we're going to incorporate our flour into our butter mix. So just make a small well in your flour. And using your hands, we're going to bring it all together. So just be careful not to overwork your mix. So gently using fingertips. Okay, now I'm going to turn it out onto the bench and finish it off on the bench. Just bringing it all together. So once it's all together, what I'm going to do is roll it into a log, and then we're going to let it to rest in the fridge for an hour, so it'll firm up as well. And then that will give us our shape for our Sable biscuits. I'm just going to wrap that now and pop it in the fridge. Okay, so we've got our log of pastry, which is quite cold and hard. So what we want to do for this, because this is such a short pastry, it's a little bit like a shortbread biscuit really. You don't want to play around with it a lot. So the most important thing is the least amount of handling as possible. And we're going to be making round biscuits. So I've got myself a round cutter. You can use any size you like, just depending on the size of the biscuit. And what we do is we're going to slice discs about 1/2 centimetre. Then we take our little disc, pop a small amount of flour, and with our rolling pin, we're just going to bang it out a little bit. This way you don't tear the pastry, because it is quite cold and you want to keep it cold. And then just small movements and gently and then we cut out our pastry and we're going to pop it straight on our tray. It's nice and flat. So what you can do is, once you've got all your scraps, you can bring all that back together again and then put it back in the fridge to firm it up, and you can keep going until all your pastry's gone. Okay, so I've rolled out the pastry. So these discs I'm going to pop back in the fridge for about 10 minutes just to firm up, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven at 160 for about 15 minutes. So we've taken our Sable out of the oven and allowed it to cool. So I'm now just going to pipe in some of the Dulce de Leche into our biscuits and then assemble them together. So you don't want to put too much. So we just want to try and do it nice and evenly and just gently push them down. Don't be too firm with it because they will break, they're quite brittle. So we're going to pop them onto here and we're going to finish them with a little bit of icing sugar. And then you can just pop them on a plate and serve them with a cup of tea.